Hey there, happy Friday night. It's me, Victor, here. I'm Curiosity Trader. It's been a while since I've done one of these. Hopefully, y'all are having a great trading year so far. This video is going to be quite short because I know the longer these are, the less people that will watch it, sadly. But the primary point of this video is just to talk about where I've been. For those of you who are just following me recently, in a nutshell, okay, I've been immersed with the markets for about, I would say, this is week 293. I've been doing this, and when I mean doing this, I mean studying the stock market, being immersed with it every single day. I've only been trading really, well, here's my P&L right now. Again, transparency is the main goal of this channel. I've been kind of taking a hiatus from trading. With real money, life happens. I'm not going to talk about it. I'll talk about it maybe in a future video lesson. But I started really getting into the markets whenever I was 18 years of age. I really became obsessed when I was 20, and fast forward now, I'm 24. You know, sometimes life does happen, sometimes life does get in the way. But if you really love what you were doing, quitting is not going to be an option for you. You're always going to find a way to overcome that obstacle and overcome that barrier. And for me, really, I never really got into this business for the money. I know it's hard. I don't know who you are. Having set out power, being able not to trade is one of the most difficult things for most people out there. And I can say, take me for instance. I mean, the last time I traded really was in 2020, you know, crazy year. But all of last year, I didn't trade at all. All of 22, I didn't trade at all. 21, very slim. Okay, but life happens. Life gets in the way. But I'm still here. I'm back in the game, and that is the point of me doing this video recap for y'all out there. Week 292, as I mentioned, and the goal simply is just for you out there. I'm not sure who you are. Okay, I'm gonna keep this sweet and short. It's almost midnight here in where I live in Texas, but the goal is to start with $2,000 and grow it organically and grow it small. And again, I'm not sure who you are, but understand if you love this game, okay, if you love the stock market, understand that this thing takes time. As I mentioned on my Twitter, please give me a follow if you ever do see this. As to anyone out there, keep going. This shit takes time. Whenever you really get it, trust me, you're going to be grateful that you kept going. Train your mind to think in terms of setups, and you'll be set for life, okay? I'm not going to talk about stocks at all, really, for this one. This is just really an introduction, but over the past, really, 292 weeks, you know, you get to see the same things happen over and over again, and it's not really rocket science to say. It's really human nature. And in the beginning, you're not really going to know what you're best at, and that's perfectly fine. You have to experiment and you have to test different strategies out. But as you develop as a trader, you really want to just gravitate on one or two specific setups that you know have positive expectancy in the long run, and that could be your edge. Because I understand 9 out of 10 people who attempt to do this will not make it in the long run, and you have to find your edge within this business. You have to find what makes you that 1 out of 10 trader that's gonna excel, okay, and not be the 90% who do not make it in the long run, okay? And this game is purely off charts, and I've had many mentors over the past couple of years. You know, I started with Timothy Sykes, Nathan, I was in his room, Mark Crook, I learned from him some stuff, Roland Wolf, Mike Huddy, the list goes on and on, Tim Grattani. But recently I'm learning from Christian Kalamagi. Everything's online, you know, you can learn everything online, but I urge you to really just, for me, I mean, again, everything is not advice, it's all educational purpose only, but just filter out the noise, you know, just focus on setups, train your mind to think in terms of setups. Don't worry about what people think on social media. Most of it's irrelevant in my opinion. Like for instance, and I'm not going to go over it now, but in the future I want to go over my nightly scans, what I do, what I look for, and I have a couple of setups that I'm not going to go over now, but one I guess I can show you really quick to show you what I've been kind of looking into, is really these open range highs. I learned from, it's a simple, nothing's really ever simple in life, but like this simple open range high breakout, like on Lunar we had today. INBS was kind of a different rip, not really the same pattern. Another one recently was RVSN this past couple of a while back. I mean, 5-star, and then you want to keep a database of charts, okay, in whatever Evernote, whatever it is. 5-star breakout, okay, 5-star. You have to keep track of these. Whatever your setup is, whatever it is, shorting, going long, dip buying, whatever it is, become a master at that setup. And I can't guarantee your success, but I can guarantee you're going to last longer than most people in this business, okay? Because you have to get the randomness out of this. You have to get the urge to trade, okay? Sometimes the best trade is no trade. You don't have to trade every day. And again, all it takes is that 1 year, that one stock to make your month. Like today, like INBS. Get that? Like INBS made people's month. Hollow made people's years probably. And you have to find a setup that you can do over and over again, and that's just a grind. And you have plays like Hollow that are going to make your year, make your month, okay? And understand the rest is just a grind. That is all. The rest is just a grind. Simply your goal in the beginning, I would say, and my goal, I'm really starting out here soon again, is to stay in the game. Risk management. That is a primarily goal of any, I think, successful trader. And I want to talk about really down the road, maybe perhaps in a couple of weeks, another video lesson. Really 3 things you need to really, I would say, become an elite trader. You have to have a sound psychology, effective risk management plan, and a trading system. Those 3. Perhaps down the road I'll do a video topic on each. But in the beginning, you want to focus on risk management. Focus on staying in the game, because this is like poker. Whenever you lose all your poker chips, go home. They don't want you there. They only want you there whenever you have the money to say. And my goal is, whenever I start trading here in a couple of weeks, whenever I fund my accounts, to stay in the game. And again, I have a 9-to-5 job, so it benefits me to not really be on the screens every moment. You really don't have to. From what I do, I set my price alerts. I look at stock charts the night before, and I set price alerts. Whenever those hit, I act on them. And of course, I'm going to be under PDT, so I'm going to have to be very selective, which is even better, because again, over trading, it's counterintuitive. You think by thinking you're going to do more, you think you're going to grow your account. No, it's just a way to slowly bleed your account, okay? In my opinion, of course. But yes, so that's the plan. Staying in the game, having proper risk management within every trade, because all it takes is that one trade to really blow up your account. And again, I'm not going to talk about shorting, because for anyone who really hasn't made, again, I would say at least over 100 grand, I wouldn't even bother shorting, because plays like this, Hollow, if you short with a small account, you're going to blow up your account in one day. These are really, I'm mainly a long trader right now. I have some strategies geared towards short selling, but that's really within paper trading. Perhaps down the road in my trading career, I can gravitate towards that. But the goal of this is just to get over that hump, that PDT level of $25,000, by growing my 2K account to that. Hopefully over the course of, who knows how long it will take me, I really don't care. The goal is to stay in the game, as I mentioned. And again, one thing I always see on Twitter, quite frankly a lot, is people worrying about what a stock is going to do. It shouldn't really, whenever you place a trade, even before you place a trade, you don't have to know what's going to happen. You shouldn't need to know what's going to happen next, okay? It's all about playing the odds, okay? It's all about playing the odds. Either it's going to work or it's not going to work. I have a common saying, set your stop and forget it. I don't worry no more. To me, trading is really, I hate saying this, but it should be effortless. It should be boring. Like in the beginning, whenever I would place a trade, like whenever I was 19 or 20, 21, maybe because I'm getting older, I don't know, my heart was racing. I was always anxious. But now, I guess it's as you learn, I guess, I developed, I guess, it's all about playing the odds and probabilities. Either it's going to work or it's not. You're only going to be anxious if, number one, you have too much risk at hand. If you're betting too much in comparison to your trading account, then yeah, I get it, you're anxious. Like, I'm going to be risking probably $50 to maximum $100 per trade, okay? Going into this, depending on the setup, depending on the risk reward, depending on what day of week it is, etc. Okay, but me losing $50 is not going to hurt my overall account in comparison to me risking $1,000. Okay, you don't want to put all your chips in one stock. That's nonsense. Okay, you want to grow it organically. So whoever you are, I'm not sure if you're watching this, again, these are geared towards those under PDT. Okay, you don't have to trade every day. Focus on select setups that you know are gonna have high odds. And again, I urge you, please don't get off any. I get it, if you're in the beginning, you guess you have a chat room, that's good, but I kind of gravitated towards away from that. You really want to focus on you, you know, just, it's your journey. Okay, I get it, Twitter is good, you want to curate it, follow people who are really well known, because most people on Twitter are frauds, quite frankly, but you know who is the real ones and who aren't, you know, track record to say. But you want to curate your following within anything really, but primarily stocks, the stock market community. Focus on who are the ones that are gonna help you develop as a elite trader in your trading career, to say. And I personally myself don't, I used to be in chat rooms, but I don't anymore, so that always really messed up my mentality as I was trading, because I saw someone else doing something and I was, like, for instance, he was short and I was long. That kind of messed up my mentality. So I really haven't been in any chat rooms in about 2 years. I'm not going to go back to them because, quite frankly, you shouldn't need them. I mean, in the beginning, they're like training wheels, so you want to learn from other people, yeah. But as you progress as a trader, I think you should eliminate all that because it's you versus you. Okay, at the end of the day, it's you versus you. But yes, so again, one more time, I want to end this here in a minute because I know hopefully y'all made it through this far. If so, leave a like, leave a comment. Again, $2,000 is the starting goal, and as we progress, I'm not going to fund this account. I'm going to set this to ideally 2K, perhaps maximum 3K to fund this to. And ideally, I have 2 broker accounts that will allow me 6 to 8 trades a week. And whenever this Charles Schwab gets to $3,000, I ideally am gonna save from my 9 to 5 to fund my E-Trade to get that up to about same $3,000. But again, it's all a grind, it's all process, and within this channel, I want to hopefully inspire you. I'm not sure where I'm gonna be 5 years from now or 6 years from now. You know, I'm just, this year's a year I'm going for it. And here's one more thing, I guess, for motivation to you out there. I'm not sure who you are, but no matter how bad you really, everything's situational. You have the power to really get yourself out of whatever you're in. You know, nothing lasts forever. Nothing is permanent, to say. And you have to take the risk, whatever it is, not only in trading but in life, because whatever you want is on the other side of risk, because you're not going to make it out alive. We're going to die one day, and I would rather do something I am fulfilled by than try and not on my deathbed saying what if I kept going, you know. And quitting's never been an option for me, to say. I love doing this, and I know in the long run hopefully I can inspire anyone out there to keep going, because I want to be an inspiration to many people out there, okay? Because believe me, okay, I thought I would have made it by now, believe me. By starting in 2020, you know, well, 2019 really. Fast forward, what is that, 6 years later, I would have expected myself to be trading by now full time, but sometimes life happens. But hey, I have full faith in my Lord and Savior, God, and we'll see how things turn out, you know. But I have no expectations, just trade by trade, week by week, and hopefully you'll learn something from all my video recaps down the road. Ideally, every week we're going to do a weekly recap whenever we start trading, and if you have any topics you want me to talk about, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. I can talk about anything. But again, follow me on Twitter, DM me if you want anything. But again, I'm not a master of the markets at all. I'm not a professional. Everything from here on out and before is for educational purposes only. Please don't think myself as guru or any of this as financial advice. It is not. Okay, if you want to learn from someone who has really made it, look from someone else. Okay, this channel is geared towards those who are willing to be with me in my trading process. Hopefully you learn something from it. Okay, but other than that, I'm gonna leave you here, and the next time you will see me will be the first week I'm back in trading. So happy trading, and I'll see you next time.